Hey guys, I'm with Danny here. We're gonna make you guys a video, and I just figured I'm gonna do some stuff here, and I'll let the video run while we do that. And I just want to make sure I don't forget what I want to talk to you guys about. That's all. But meanwhile, you guys can see how we roll. So today, I'm gonna talk about leash walking. That's heeling. And we'll go over the e-collar briefly, because that's what they're going to start doing now, next. All right, so Miss Danny is doing lovely, and she's just a good learner, right? So just like anything in life, you only learn when the message is crystal clear, right? You learn better when the message is crystal clear, right? So remembering that dogs learn through every single interaction. That means any interaction throughout the day, morning through night, they're learning. They're taking stock in what's worth it, what's not worth listening to. So how you engage and interact with the dog is the way the dogs are going to learn, right? So building upon what we talked about last time, our tools, like our food, rewards, the leash, the marker words, the commands, we're gonna continue, and I'm gonna show you guys like what I'm showing here on the leash, like how to behave on the leash when you're with me, when we're out on the walks. If she sees a dog outside on a walk or something, she gets barky and reactive. So this is gonna come in handy when you guys are walking her, so you'll know, okay, what's the objective during the walk, right? And today I'm gonna use the tools that we talk about to kind of demonstrate how I'm building this new behavior, the heeling behavior, right? And after we do that, we'll dive into the e-collar a little bit, and then we'll wrap that video. We'll wrap up with that today. So, okay, in real life, you're never gonna have a leash this long. This is just like a training leash, but regardless, I'm gonna hold it where, like, let's say you guys would hold it, right? Okay, Danny, come on, baby. First things first. So, sit. Good dog. Heel. And I'm teaching her how to find the heel. Sit. Yes, good heel, good dog. And once she's in that spot, we can start moving around the world. Good girl. And as we move, I want her to stay by me, and I want, good girl, come on this way. That a girl, this way, this way. There it is. Okay, we're switching sides apparently. Side doesn't really matter, you have two dogs, right? The goal is that they walk with an understanding of where they're supposed to be. Super girl. And you can see I'm not holding her there by force or anything. Danny, this way. That a girl. She made one mistake. She left me. So I changed directions and I got her like focusing on me again. That's my girl. Good heel. I'm not holding any food in my hands. The food is in the pouch over there. But the idea is that I want her to stay right by me side like that. And when I stop, yes, good girl. All right, so let's take a look at how we did that, right? So I like to tell everybody, think about yourself as like a big bullseye, right? Like in the center, that's the target zone, right? Then a little further away, I'll call myself like the green zone, like wherever the target is, where I want the dog to stay. Then outside of where my hands go, like where my arm is, cannot go any further, I call that the yellow zone. Anywhere past the yellow zone is the red zone, okay? If the dog stays in the green zone, let's like demonstrate. Heel, good. If the dog is staying, right there, she's in the green zone, right? She's perfect green zone. If she stays in the green zone, I'm gonna tell her, good girl, what a nice dog. Now I'm holding the leash that in case if she wanders away, I'm gonna kind of do an example's sake. Let's say she goes all the way over there, she sees a squirrel, she sees another dog, and she wants to talk smack to that dog or whatever. In that case, she's in the yellow, or even worse, if she's in the red zone, you need to make pressure. Like we talked about, pressure is to help the dog change a behavior, to guide them back to the green zone, right? So if she ends up in the yellow, and if she definitely ends up in the red, what I wanna do is use my leash. My leash is designed the way the dog is walking to stay very loose and relaxed, even when we do this outside, right? If the dog decides to go into the yellow and into the red, that'll inevitably make the leash tight. And you can see she as soon as I move, she wants to be in the green zone, right? So That's a good girl. That's how it should be. She never wants to let this leash get tight. If the leash gets tight, she's in the wrong zone. You got to give her a little bump on the line. You take the line and you give it a pop on the line to kind of annoy her into coming back into the green zone. So as she does that, when she comes back, then you reward the dog for listening, you know? If she stays here, you always reward the dog for staying here. Now you have these tools to reinforce the positive, and you have another tool to reinforce the negative. The positive reinforcement is pretty easy. You say, good girl. Okay, you see how she's leaving? I give her a little bump right there. She comes right back. Yes. Good job. And you can guide her. You can use your tools to kind of now create that behavior on a walk. So she doesn't have to be like military all day, every day. But if I ask her to do heel, then this is what I want her to do. Stay by my side. Otherwise, I can say, okay, free. Good girl. You did a good job. Okay, free. And then she can go do whatever she wants. She can smell. She can hang out. She can do whatever. But ideally, you want to have options on how to control a dog's behavior, and this is another way to use the tools to help you on walks. And this is just the beginning. We just started doing this here today. So we're going to take this outside and put in a lot of distractions and stuff like that. But she's really taking to understanding what pressure is and how to handle the pressure, right? So if I make a correction, she's always looking forward to, oh yeah, I know I'm very close now to doing the right behavior, and then I'll get a reward. That's pretty much part of the system, right? And that's what makes them want to participate continuously, even if they're being told no or being guided away from other stuff that they'd rather do. So on the note of pressure and understanding guidance, that's where we can, like, see right there on without a leash, I couldn't do that same correction, right? I couldn't make the same pressure with the pop because I'm not holding a physical leash. So what happens when they're at home, or they're in the backyard, or they're running around the house or whatever? How, when they do something negative, like let's say she starts to jump, right? Or whatever, how do you give her a little pop? Good down, buddy. How do you give her a pop to correct that behavior, to guide her away from jumping and bring her closer to sitting, right? Because she knows the sitting is a hot spot, right? If she sits, she'll get lots of rewards. So it's in this way, right? With the e-collar, the training that we're doing, she understands that the e-collar is coming from me, just like a leash is coming from me, but it's designed to help her get rid of a bad behavior and guide her closer to a positive behavior where she's going to get rewarded. So right now we're doing the conditioning phase with the e-collar, and she's just starting to put together that the feeling that she feels when she feels me tapping on her, that it's coming from me. And pretty soon we're going to do a recall that way. So as soon as she feels it, she's going to be like, oh, eureka, Jeff is calling me to get food, right? If you guys ever remember Pavlov's bell, he rang the bell, fed the dog, rang the bell, fed the dog. With the e-collar, I'm pushing the e-collar button. I'm not waiting for her to do anything wrong. I'm not here to punish her. I'm just showing her a conditioning, right? You feel this, it's going to pair up with the food. So pretty soon she feels this and she's going to expect the food. And I'm going to do that at 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20, 30, so on, you know. And when she feels it, she's going to know that I'm calling her to me. Once that's done, we're going to go pretty much like she understands what it is, and I'll start teaching you guys how else to use it. But primary is going to be the don't jump. And if I recall you, if I call you, you come to me. If you don't, you can't hear me, I can use the e-collar to reach out and touch you without having a physical connection, right? I think that's a good summary for the e-collar and what we're going to be doing. And and yes, what are you, cute or something? And yep, Vince is going to be learning the same stuff, same thing with the e-collar, but yeah, his video will be a little shorter. I'm not going to do the same explanation for his video. I'll just kind of work him, and maybe I'll show you guys with the e-collar. So if you guys have any questions on that, do let me know. I'll be happy to go diving deeper in. But for now, she's doing awesome. She's also learned to wrap up. I know I said I was going to wrap up after that, but I also want to show you guys. She learned how to do a down. Are you ready? Down. Nice job. She didn't want to willingly do that, but we had to coax her a little bit. Yes, but now she gets it, and she's happy to do it. Down is always a hard thing because it's a submissive position, so a lot of dogs that are spicy like her don't want to give it up, you know what I mean? They don't want to just submit. So Okay? That's a good job, buddy. Good girl. Okay. All right. So anyways, all the other things are going well. Right now, we're going to do the e-collar thing, like I said, and then we're going to move on. Keep going. Probably, let's see. Maybe later at the end of this week, maybe Friday, and I'll update you guys more like before Friday. Friday or early next week, I think these guys are going to be ready for their lesson, their first lesson. So let's keep that in mind, and I'll touch base with you guys soon. All right, thanks.